meeting or gathering. Having stated those rules, sir, please go ahead and give us your name and your district.
Jacob, District 9. Before I begin, I'd like to make myself clear. I'm not here to advocate against a shelter being built. I'm here to advocate for what I see as common sense barriers to entry on any publicly funded shelter, primarily dry facilities and criminal background checks for sex offenses and violent crimes. An oft-cited statistic is Chattanooga lags behind all the other major Tennessee metros in the proportion of sheltered homeless people. This is true, and Mr. King is pushing a low-barrier shelter as the only solution. However, I believe we're missing some important context. Knoxville does not have a low-barrier shelter. Their shelters require sobriety. Nashville does not have a low-barrier shelter. The rescue mission requires church program attendance and prohibits intoxicant use. Memphis actually does have a low-barrier shelter with 22 beds for women and 5 beds for men. So I ask, how have these other cities managed to get their homeless population sheltered despite no significant low-barrier shelters? If these other cities did it without a low-barrier shelter, and we want results like these cities, why is a shelter that permits drug and alcohol abuse the solution? I thought, surely other cities have run something of similar scale before, so I began researching. I could not find a single shelter that meets the definition of a 24/7 low barrier with 500 beds anywhere in the country. Even somewhere as progressive as Skid Row, where there is shelters with 600 and more beds, they require an ID to ensure that residents pass a Megan's Law background clearance. Let me be clear, what Barron King and Chat Foundation are proposing is unprecedented for a city of our size on a national level. The largest comparable 24/7 low barrier example I could find is the Dallas Bridge Center with roughly 300 beds and $8 million to build it, and operating with an annual budget of over $6 million. Yet it's still so hated by its host neighborhood that the city of Dallas is committed to moving it or breaking it up. If 300 low barrier beds in one place couldn't work in Dallas for $6 million, how are 500 low barrier beds going to work in Chattanooga for $750,000? None of this adds up. The local media is completely asleep at the wheel. And Barron King has made $250,000 since the last time he could be bothered to go to a community meeting in the MLK community that he says he serves. A year and a half, 18 months, $250,000, 36 podcast episodes created, 1 community meeting. This community needs a shelter, not a trap house, not a drunk house. Thank you.
Thank you.